Hey, in this video, we're going to learn about the JSTL core tag, if. So the if tag is used for conditional test. So basically the tag will evaluate an expression and it'll display the body content only if the expression evaluates to true. And I have a nice little example of how we can use this in our existing project. So what we'd like to do is display special discount if the student is a gold customer. So here's a little code snippet of using this if tag. So basically we say if, and then we give test equals, and then we specify what we're testing. So here I have a JSP expression, temp student.gold customer. Now again, remember, JSP will call the method for you automatically in the background. JSP will call temp student.isGoldCustomer. This method, as you recall from the previous videos, will return a value of true or false, a Boolean. So if this value is true, then it will display special discount. If it evaluates to false, it won't display anything. All right, so a lot of good stuff here. Let's move into Eclipse and let's try this code out. All right, so I'm in Eclipse. I'm using this project tag demo. And what I want to do is move down to my web content folder, and I'm basically going to make some enhancements to our previous project. So what I'll do is I'll actually copy our previous file for each student test JSP. I'll simply right click and copy that file. And then likewise, I'll right click and do a paste. And I'll give it a new name here. I'll call it if student test. And once I'm happy with that name, I'll go ahead and click the OK button. All right, so now I have this new file here, ifstudenttest.jsp. It's basically a copy of our previous file. We're simply going to make some enhancements to it. So everything that you see here is what we did in our previous video. I want to move down to this section here for gold customer. So remember, we want to display a special discount if the user is a gold customer. All right, so let me give me some space, room to work here. So I make use of that if tag, C:if, test equals, and then I put this expression in quotes. So again, JSP will call temp student.isGoldCustomer. If that returns true, then we'll display special discount. If it returns false, we won't display anything. So just a very simple if-then statement. All right, so let's go ahead and try it out. So I'll save my file. I move over to the file. I'll do a right click and I'll say run as, run on server. Okay, good. So there's some good results here. So we have our students listed, and then we have Mary Public, and she's a gold customer. So it displayed special discount. Notice for the other two students, it didn't display anything. And let's just kind of review our data again. This is our test data. So John Doe, Maxwell, and Mary Public. So Mary Public is the only one that's a gold customer. She has the value of true. And so that's why we have this given display here on the screen. So this looks really, really good so far. So we're making some good progress. But what I like to do is somehow change this to display something if they're not a gold customer. So how can I do that? Well, you would normally think that you can make use of an else statement, but unfortunately, this tag library doesn't have an else for if. So kind of weird, I know. What we can do is we can just check the inverse. So here I can say test equals not temp gold student. So basically I'm checking to see if it's not a gold customer. If it's not a gold customer, then I'll display something different. So here I'll just put a little dash, meaning just, nothing. We could say whatever we wanted to here for the body, but I'll just keep it simple and put a dash here. And so this is how we can make use of an else, kind of, sort of. We're kind of doing a hack workaround, but don't worry. In the following video, I'll show you some other options for handling this type of scenario. But let's go with what we have for right now. So I'll save the file, move back to my browser, and I will simply refresh the page. Wow, this looks awesome. Okay, good. So now, if they're not a gold customer, we display a dash. If they are a gold customer, then we display special discount. right? So this is pretty cool. And you can think of all different types of ways of how you could use this in your application. But this is good so far. So great job.